Hey everyone, this is Cal here again, bringing you just a small piece of a Cathie Wood interview that she, and I'm sorry, not interview, but her video podcast, which she released last month. This is just before the spike in Bitcoin. So it was around 20,000 at this point when she's releasing this video. Now it is closer to around 40,000, but she still sees a lot of room for upside for Bitcoin over the next so many years. Um, in this video, it's a 30-minute video that she released last month. But I broke it down for you. Just this really important, probably 2-3 minutes of, actually it's a little longer than that, but of her talking about why she thinks it can go possibly up to 420,000 to 520,000 in the next so many years. She doesn't really give a time prediction. She says years. Um, Her factors are also different than what the Winklevoss twins say. The Winklevoss twins, in a video that I put out the other day, they claim they base basically their Bitcoin price off of the gold market cap of 9 trillion. They say if Bitcoin can get up to that, and because Bitcoin is limited, that would mean around $500,000 per Bitcoin. So Cathie Wood here actually says a similar number, but her factors are different. She actually bases it off of large scale inclusion of institutional investors. So you could see her say that right here. If you like the video, please like the video below and subscribe. I'm looking forward to releasing more videos like this one in the near future. So here we go.
Finally, what I'd like to talk about is Bitcoin. Bitcoin has had a magnificent run this year. It got down below 4,000 in March during the coronavirus crisis. And we know very well, went through a lot of growing pains in that time, and I think is better for it. And I mean the entire ecosystem, including the exchanges that at one time allowed 100 times leverage. I don't know if that's still going on, but those who were 100 times levered in March, they no longer have their businesses. So I think governance is becoming better in this space, which is all to the good. We have written two white papers, specifically Yassine Almandra, our crypto analyst, has, and one of them examines whether institutions are ready for Bitcoin, and also asks the other question: is Bitcoin ready for institutions? And we think one of the reasons that Bitcoin is appreciating is institutions are dipping their toes in. Now, they're doing this not just from an investment point of view, but from a corporate cash point of view. Some of you may know that MicroStrategy has converted all of its cash, the cash on its balance sheet, into Bitcoin. Square has done that with, I believe, it's 5% of its no, 1% of its assets, 2% of its cash. And I believe we're going to see other companies doing that as well. We know that PayPal also announced, so it is following Square and Robinhood and allowing the purchase and sale of Bitcoin. PayPal is, a much more conservative, more old world company than either Square or Robinhood. So, again, some validation there, seal of approval of sorts. And the paper that Yassine wrote describes what would happen if institutions decide that a 5% allocation to Bitcoin is appropriate. And the reason, and really that number is closer to the 6% range, the way we wrote the paper. But the reason 5% is important to me is I saw real estate entering pension funds in the 70s, and they started with 1%, migrated to 5%. We saw emerging markets, many pension funds and institutional investors moving into emerging markets as MSCI developed that classification and moved from 1% to 5% and wherever they are now. And we think the same thing is going to happen with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And if it does, and if it's, say, just with Bitcoin, and we've got that 5% allocation, somewhere in the 4 to 6% range. That if that were to happen and all institutions were going to do it, of course, that's not going to happen, but some might add more, so offsetting those who don't participate at all. That would add somewhere uh, between 400,000 and 500,000 to the Bitcoin price. We're at 20,000 right now. Now, that is not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen for years. But if we're on our way, it is going to be a very pleasant journey. So with that, I'd like to talk about two things that we're up to at ARK. Our analysts and Brett Winton, our director of research, are working feverishly.
So there it is. You heard it from Cathie herself. Again, Cathie Wood is the CEO of ARK Invest. If you look up their ETFs, ARK, ARKG, ARKQ, ARKW, some of them have done over 100% this year, and even more. And if you look at their 5 year, they've done 350%. And I know they've won awards for like ETF of the year. So she knows what she's talking about. She's also a big Tesla bull as well. But you heard her here today about Bitcoin, saying that she thinks it could be 520,000 in the next so many years. So actually a similar number as the Winklevoss twins, but for different reasons. So again, if you like the video, please like the video below. Please subscribe. I'm planning on making more of these videos, so you don't have to watch whole 30-minute videos or hour lectures, but I could break these down for you in just a couple minutes. So again, thank you. Have a good day. See you later. Bye.